Oh, in cheerier news, we fucking missed Stadia by a matter of hours last week.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to actually jump into something slightly different. We literally forgot to talk about how Babylon's Fall is not even going to last a single year. So that's pretty fucking funny.
Oh, well, we did a mini
Um,
story on that. We said I
yeah.
brought up that it shut down.
Oh, we did? Oh, I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, moving on to Stadia.
Pack
Stadia is going
watch.
to die, and
Mhm.
there's two parts. There's two parts of Stadia being dead that are funny. One is, do you remember? God, I want to say it was like 3 weeks ago, where there was some developers on Stadia going, "It's not dead, guys. Stop saying that." And we surmised that they just hadn't been told.
Precisely.
There were UI developers on the Stadia subreddit asking for feedback like the day before it was announced to get killed.
Um, yeah. So obviously, we've already done the bit on Stadia shut. Like that, it's been go back to the tapes on that one. That's not like as you mentioned. That's not even the highlight. It's the part where um, there's devs that are finding out in real time, simultaneous to an announcement that the service will remain live until January 18th, and Google is refunding all purchases. All players that spent money are getting their money back since they're shutting the platform down, which is a nice gesture. But what the fuck about the people who were making games and expecting them to come out in the next couple months? Like,
Will
again,
die,
it
loser.
there's just they're aware, Google is aware enough of the public backlash to people who've spent their money being upset at the platform going away, and therefore their investment being worthless. They understand that part enough to implement this kind of program to refund everybody, but still don't look at the developers of the products of the games as anything more than inconveniences in the process. And
Yeah,
similar,
it's also a fun situation where games like Destiny or anything with an account that has other games are discovering like they have like 4 months to get those players off that platform.
I mean, just the virtual walk to the desk, or your key card no longer works, or just people on Twitter, which is becoming the best way in real time. That people working on projects that are finding out the company they work for no longer exists, or in this case, the platform. It's just like why, like, to have the awareness to refund people. It's like, that's a nice gesture. They didn't have to do that. That's cool. But you could fucking actually tell the people that make it happen. That's wild, man. Whatever. Rip and piss. Well, like rip bozo is what it is. Um, we'll see you again next time in the form of Luna or whatever else comes rearing its ugly head.
The only real takeaway I have from the whole thing is that I'm surprised that people are getting full refunds.
Yeah.
That's genuinely really shocking.
Again, it didn't have to do it. Nice that they did. Um, that's worth something. But just okay, you had the foresight, you had the awareness. What happened on the other end of that? You know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I can only assume that if you're looking at like taking the hit on giving everybody their money back, that like you're looking at it as you're taking a hit. So what's the benefit of like getting people to just squeeze out a last little bit on a platform that's going to be dead? There's no like, oh, maybe we can eke out some cash between now and January. Like, there's no benefit whatsoever. Why not let people know? I mean, again, oversight and persona non grata are like just the only things I can imagine. Like, they just don't matter. Um. All right. Well, there it goes.
What was its total length of time? Well, like when did Stadia come out?
Time of death, January 18th, 2023. Uh,
Right.
Time of launch, November 19th, 2019.
That is, what is
4
that?
years? 3 years?
3 years? Okay, it was definitely longer than
Late
the 18 months I gave
late
it.
late November to early 23. So really it's all about 2020, 2021, 2022. Yeah, about 3 years and change.
Yeah. Okay. Good for them, I guess. You know what I saw? I saw a great tweet that really summed it up, which was it's a real shame that Stadia came out at a time in which people were being forced indoors and looking for alternative forms of online entertainment. If
Uh-huh.
only it had come out during a more opportune time. And it's something that I had not considered, in that
Uh,
like literally the most golden opportunity that that kind of
goddamn.
thing would have
Goddamn.
ever possibly had, and it fucking died on the vine. Like,
Incredible. Yeah, they said that like people working on it will fold it into the other Google projects, and it essentially is going to go back to the labs tab where it belonged the entire time. But yeah, the beginning to end entire pandemic life cycle.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot one part of it. It's the pandemic forcing people inside, and you can't buy a new console, and you can't get a new video card.
Right, right.
So like all like they essentially had fucking no competition as a new console and a new type of thing.
Wild. It's kind of crazy how, again, I bring it up constantly, but just Parsec is just like, yep, we're here. We offer a service. It knows what it is. It's not perfect, but it's going to be pretty low latency by comparison to a lot of other things. And one of the tabs they have promoting in their on their front page is the arcade, which is like, hey, connect to people and play games with them. Um, it's just like that's the role that it can serve. It can help in certain circumstances. It's an accessory that'll take a dying online community for a game that has awful online and kind of like give it a better alternative. It can give you a work environment. It can to work remotely. A lot of that shit has its uses. You are not stepping into the realm of other platforms and competing with them, and then selling people fucking fugazi, not just metadata. You know what I mean? Like that's not.
I think
Anyways,
one of the most interesting things is that we've seen this attempted like 6, 7 times, and like no one actually wants it, but the people trying to make them want it to become popular so bad because then they're going to own every step of the production process
yes.
and they'll have total control. And we could make so much money if we did that, but every single one of them is just like throwing your money into a fucking fire pit. And Google is going as far to douse it with the gasoline of it full refunds. And it's like we're just gonna see it happen just over and over and over. But
Yeah,
like, what if we made so much
because the
money
the
with it?
cloud
Oh,
infrastructure,
goodbye. Oh,
the cloud infrastructure
the
is already
the
there. It's
problem the problem isn't the box. The problem isn't the fucking controller. The problem is the internet infrastructure of Canada, the United States, and Europe.
no, shut up. Buy Assassin's Creed and have it take 2 seconds for you to jump.